All right, all right. I think we're here. Did we make it?
Oh, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about that. We had a little bit of a disrupt tonight, right, honey?
Yeah.
My buckle fell off before Skype. My buckle fell. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
so what happened was we tried to get on Skype, try to call Charlie up, and we weren't getting Skype. And we were like, okay, what's up? And my wife says, well, why don't we not just do the live stream and take a break tonight? And then we got like 25 people waiting. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I did not say that.
Come on. Oh, my goodness. We got a great... And by the way, guys, welcome to the show. I am Mr. Poseidon. My lovely wife next to me. Hi, honey. How are you?
Hi, guys.
Was it good today, honey?
Yeah, fantastic.
Talking about the sex part, darling. Come on, stop.
Nobody wants
She
to know.
never says fantastic. That's why I knew she didn't know what I was talking about. My goodness. All right. Anyway. So,
Okay.
how was the week for me fishing? You could say the truth.
Boy.
It was horrible, man. I went
Skunk
fishing.
City.
Skunk City, yeah. Oh, man. So, anyway.
Tried.
Yeah. Tried and didn't work. But, hey, that's part of the game. So, when you finally do go and you do get something, it feels really good. I don't care if I catch a 20-inch schoolie. When you're not catching anything, nothing, and all of a sudden you catch a fish, man, what a feeling. And I love it. I love it. I want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. We got a good show going on tonight. We got Charlie, the Wolf of Rhode Island. He's on the show tonight. Can't wait to speak to him. Got lots to speak to him about. Also, we got a great giveaway, guys. Today's giveaway, I'll show you really quick. One guy is going to win the Rhode Island special tonight. Let's get that. Let me get these glasses off so I can see what's going on.
Larson glider in it.
Yeah, buddy. So we got a couple of things here we got going. We got the Rapala retractable ruler. We got my man Zinger Baits, toughest baits in the business. I love his plastics. Check them out, guys. Zinger Baits. Hey, Vinnie's Customs, my man. We got the Invader Junior here tonight. Nice little mellow lip for you guys. Beautiful. I think this is about a 2 ounce or 1.75 ounce. Can't really see, but anyway, it would help if I put on my glasses. And if this thing falls off my ear one more time, that's it. I'm closing down the live stream. It's a 2.25 ounce by Vinnie's Customs. Let's get to some better stuff. We got Larson Lures here. I know Charlie just loves Larson, at least his lures at least. But Larson Lures in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Good stuff. You'll be getting that. Also, we got my man 401 Plugs, a beautiful, and I'm going to tell you guys, it is. It's beautiful. There it is, the 401 mark. It's a beautiful pencil, needlefish, I said, needlefish. It's got the black charcoal on top and the yellow on the bottom, a little red on the nose. It's a beautiful thing. 401 Plugs. That's in the package tonight. Let's not forget RD Custom Plugs. Robert, thanks so much. Also, these are all taken from the bonus boxes that are left over for the people that did not collect them. But RD's pencil popper right here, beautiful plug. I've used this one because I have one. And just good stuff. Robert, thanks a lot. Guys, all of you guys, thank you so much. And I am throwing it's a glow-in-the-dark. It's a bucktail with the synthetic hair on it with a long red trailer on there. This was from last week when Heaven Elle will leave what are we going to leave on the bottom, honey?
Her Instagram link.
Their Instagram link. There you go.
Description.
So anyhow, we'll leave the Instagram link on the bottom of Heaven Elle Outdoors. And this is what you get in the package today, guys. There it is. It's ready to go. One lucky winner. You guys, if you left the comment on the Halloween special from last week, you'll be in the drawing. If you leave, don't come back because I'm not going to let you in. I'm just kidding. I want to say hello to a couple of people real quick. Ocean State Bass Fishing. Scott Carlson. Oski, what's up? Striper Hunter. What's going on? John Creanis. Edwin Rivera. Elizabeth McDowell, darling. How are you? Chuck Dumas. Let's keep going. Fishing with Vinnie. Vinnie, how you doing? I'm constantly seeing those posts and the videos you put up. You fish, and you got a great connection down there. Have fun, Vinnie. I'm watching you, buddy, all the time. James Flynn, my brother, Mike Patrick, We were out there fishing in Montauk together. Unfortunately, we didn't catch anything that day, but we did catch one of NorCal Cat's lures that Riverkeeper lost, and Mario Gandini, Mug 'em Up Bucktails, shot out his rod, hooked it up, brought it in. It was a win-win situation. We were yelling on the beach. We were like, yeah, we got it. And these Chinese folks came down. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Chinese folks came down like a family, a husband, a wife, the older kids, and they were all cheering. They were going, I didn't know what they were saying. But finally, when we pulled it out, they were looking, and they're like, where's the fish? Where's the fish? He's going. I'm going, I got the fish. A NorCal Cat $100 plug, buddy. And he's like, oh, yeah. They couldn't understand why we were cheering for a wooden little plug.
They had no idea.
No idea. Anyhow, it's a beautiful thing. That'll be the prize for tonight. Anything else I want to tell you guys is that it's been great. Keep on watching. Tonight we got Charlie, the Wolf of Rhode Island. He's on, and I'm going to introduce him right now. I'm sorry, everybody, for the delay.
Yeah.
Charlie, welcome to the show. How you doing, buddy?
Here we go. Hey.
How are you, Mr. P?
Everything's good, Charlie. I'm thanking you for asking.
How are you, Ro?
Hey, all good except for that little glitch with the Skype.
Yeah.
I know. Where are you guys? They're supposed to be calling me. Well, they don't want me on here.
I know. We had to restart.
Yeah.
Skype had an update, and it just, that was the delay.
Yeah, that was the delay.
But here we are.
And here we are.
We're here.
So what's
all
going
right.
on?
So, Charlie, what's been going on with you, buddy?
Not much. A little togging on the charter boat.
Right.
Still drilling away in the surf.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of bummed. I fished a long day today in crappy weather with some guys from New Jersey. We took togging, and I got to do your show, so I'm not out on one of the last tides. We're kind of closing in on the last window for big fish here.
Yeah, I got to ask you, Charlie, before we even get to the surf, and I love your surf fishing. You are a true grinder, not only who grinds and just goes because he goes so much he catches fish. He follows the fish. We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to ask you about the boats. Are you guys still catching stripers out there right now?
We are, but it becomes too hit or miss with the migration out at the island where I usually, we fish every day at Block Island, either the ledge or the east side or the north end. There's plenty of places to fish there. There's always fish there, you know. But as soon as October comes, the fish fly through there so fast. It's risky for us to go out there,
right?
Because we might miss them. We're in the business of bending the rod. That's how I,
Of course, Charlie. Of course,
catching fish every day. On the boat.
And I know you guys are packed on the boat with the.
Yeah. So we just switch over to togging because we don't want to. One day we'll kill them. And then the next day you think you'll go out there come October and those fish have gone to Montauk, across the sound to you guys, and then there'll be nothing, and in the same tide it can switch. And we just can't have that inconsistency like that running a charter business,
Right.
So we switched right over second week of October to tog fishing. Togging is excellent here in Rhode Island if you know where to look,
And I hear that not only do you put the tog back, I hear you bring a toothbrush and give them a good toothbrush cleaning before you throw them in.
Yeah, it's true. We're not allowed. Actually, they changed the rules on us, so that's been kind of tough this year because we do a lot with big giant, like we call them rock donkeys. A tog over 21 inches. That's what all our customers want. And now they've changed the rules, a little bit to where we can only have one trophy fish, they call it, per angler. And, we get customers coming back from last year saying, oh, where's all the big tog? And I'm like, oh, you already got your big one. You got to throw it back, They don't understand it, but me, I'm all for conservation.
Of course,
I
Charlie.
to get my customers to understand that, and they have with the bass, so we'll deal with it. It's not hurting us any. We're still packed with trips,
Yeah, without a doubt, Charlie. I know you're good with conservation and just trying to take care of the fish like it should be taken care of for our future generations. But I know you boat fishing. I know you work hard. I know you bought me on your boat last time, and I got to say, your boat's beautiful. You do a beautiful upkeep, and you showed me everything is what you do on the boat is just about everything. I know hopefully one day you'll be owning your own boat. You are a true fisherman, bro.
I'm just waiting for Scott to retire, and he'll sell it to us,
There you go. Why
He
not?
won't sell it to me yet. We've tried to buy it a bunch of times, he's not ready.
Right.
Bruce Bain says, ask how many 50s on the boat this year.
Really? All right. Somewhere around 530 or so, over 50. Some 60s. We had one that missed 70 by a couple ounces this year.
So everybody who's listening to that, take it easy on the phone calls, all right? You'll get through. Just take it easy.
We always caught big fish, but that slot limit for the guys who can really catch those big fish, we're seeing a drastic improvement. Last year we were around 340 or so, over 50 pounds, from 50 to say late 60s. That's a giant fish, that's a very old fish. And this year we've gone up by about 25%, maybe a little more. I jumped from say 350 conservative to well over 530. And I have to report that every day to Noah on the way home. I have to fill out a trip report and tell them every day how much we make. So, what we catch, not how much we make.
Sure,
oh, God.
Sure. Right. Wrong words. Definitely.
Hey, I have Elizabeth McDowell asking, what is your biggest tog this season? Personal best? Craving tog chowder.
Oh, boy. Our biggest tog, I think we caught today. It was 28 and a half inches. That was the size of a keeper bass. That thing was a monster. We call them rock donkeys. And they had already harvested one of their trophy fish apiece, and the guy had no problem. We let it go.
Wow.
So that fish is still on the reef down there.
Huh.
So, if he pulls somebody's lucky number and that's their trophy fish, he's probably going to leave there, but if not. And these guys were great. These guys were professional tog fishermen. I've never seen it. I didn't know what to do today.
Right.
I was walking in circles because I didn't have no untangling. I didn't have to catch the fish for them. I didn't, there's there's a lot that entails in my job,
Sure.
The business thing was cutting the whole limit of fish they caught in an 8-foot sea trying to get home, with a razor blade in my hand. So
yeah, there you go. Charlie, I want to ask you, so if people wanted to go out with you, now this is just now, we're talking about the boats here, guys. If they want to go out with you, how would they get in touch with you? What do they have to do?
You can find me on we have a Facebook page. You can find us through an app called Fish Booker. We were like #1 on there last year out of 4,000 boats that they have coast-wide, That app is pretty good. We come up first, usually right away. It's fishbooker.com. I'm sure you've seen, they have advertisements on all different, YouTube channels, and they're everywhere, they're pretty big.
You guys outrate
all the other boats. Yeah, and we outrate, it's a lot of it's old, customers that have been with us for the past 4 years.
Yeah, the ones
come back for the bass, but you can get in touch with us. It's just fishbooker.com or reel-to-reel sport fishing charters. You look us up right online.
Honey, we'll leave a description on the bottom on that. Yeah, we'll leave a description on the bottom of the video, guys, when it's over. We'll post that up there. Make sure you call because I'm pretty sure his dates are pretty filled right now. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, we only have like 6 or 8 left this year.
Wow.
We're done. It's been a long season, We're both tired. And we go, 120 days in a row. And then when we get the fall, you know what I'm doing. As soon as I get my days off, I fish all day, so.
Yeah. So, Charlie, now let's shift a little bit now to the surf fishing world. That's where I met you in the surfing business. So what's up? What's going on with the surfer? Or how can I say? How did it start for you? Was it at the boat? Was it the surf first, Charlie?
It started in the surf Well, it started in the 80s. When I was really young, we lived across from Monahan's dock on the seawall, Narragansett, where the dock is. You know where it is. You've
Yes,
been there.
yes.
And as a young kid, 6, 7 years old, it was a different world in the 80s. I used to go down there every day in the fall. My dad would come sometimes, but we lived so close. It would be like, don't go near the water. Here's your fishing rod. Go fishing. I'd just leave the house and go fishing. I'd be home, at 5. But I met a lot of these older guys from in the bait shop at the top of the dock.
Right.
And that was when the heydays were going on with the Block Island bass fishing and the surf.
Right.
So we only caught bluefish in the fall in Narragansett on the mainland. You couldn't even catch a bass unless you went to Block Island. So,
Wow.
I spent a year season fishing there in Block Island. I mean, not Block Island, in Narragansett, and catching those gator bluefish. And I heard the guys telling stories when I was about 8. When Back to the Future came out, I can give it to you exactly.
Right.
Back to the Future came out. I begged my father to take me to Block Island. Begged him, Dad,
so
please
cool.
take me to Block Island. My father didn't fish, I'm listening to the stories and seeing the pictures and seeing these guys pull up in station wagons at Monahan's with bass from the island that were 50 pounds, 52 pounds, 30. The smallest one was 25 pounds. We didn't catch one.
Wow.
Yeah, so I begged him, and it was open commercially then. There was no limit.
Yeah.
So we weren't the richest people growing up. So we loaded up the station wagon. I got him to take me there. I knew a few people there, some of the guys that write in the books, Tom McGuire, there's another guy, and like Dennis Ambrata, he wasn't even there yet.
Yeah, it's Ambrata, right.
Campo's guys were starting to show up there. But so I get fish. There's another few guys that I fished with, irregular names. I got down, you could pull up to the southwest ledge, southwest point then, and overlook it. My father would park there. So I won't get it too long. This is how it started. I showed up on the beach. I had already had bluefishing experience. So the guys were there. They gave me my needle fish. So the first weekend we were there, I came back up the beach, loaded my father's station wagon with $800 worth of bluefish in 1984. And that's how my bass fishing. He brought me out there almost every weekend until they put a moratorium on it and we couldn't sell them anymore. So then that's how I, got a lust for it. As a little kid, just loved it,
Yeah, that's how I started too. Our dads introduced us to this world of fishing, and from there, it's whether we decide to take it.
It was more like a holy crap thing.
Yeah.
It was like, we got paid for this, so, and he took some of that money and, we weren't the richest people. So away, I got my 10-foot Lama glass with my Penn 704 bailless, so 706. And, was making my own needle fish out of boom handles and, and as a kid, it just progressed. The bass stocks got better. Bruce's buddy, the founder of our club, Nelson Valez, I fished a lot with him when I was a little kid. He showed me all the spots that I take that we fish in Gansett, That's how I learned that. So, and it just progressed, when the fish showed up, no matter what I was doing, work in school, I'd be fishing before school, after school.
Right on, buddy. I know. I see it. I see it in you now. I know. Go ahead, say it. It's been like that till now.
It's been that same 8-mile stretch since I was, for the past 38 years or something, So
right. And now that you said that 8-mile stretch, so I go up, guys. I fish with these guys. I fish with Bruce Bain. I fish with Charlie. I'm very lucky enough that they take me with them. They take me to certain spots, but I have been held with the knife to my throat. If you give it up, it's over. And you know what? I agree to that. I agree to that.
Stretch have that kind of publicity.
That's right. I get it, Charlie. Totally 100%, buddy, without a doubt. I wanted to ask you. So you were saying a little earlier you wanted to speak about. You were saying about the fishing
to consistently catch fish,
Yes,
right?
and that's why when you
Bigger.
brought up the 8-mile stretch, that's not a bad way for somebody to start out with a couple mile stretch. And I want you to
Or
tell them
just-
what to do, Charlie, because you said
All
it
right.
wonderful before. So this is about, guys, Charlie's going to tell us a little bit about how to know your area, how to become a better fisherman to find fish. So Charlie, you take it away, buddy.
Absolutely. A lot of other surf guys that write and stuff like that, they share the same idea and method that I did. You want to find 2 or 3 spots that are close by you, not millions of miles away, chasing them all over the coast. And you want to master those 3 spots or 4 spots, however many decent spots you have within, say, 25 miles of you. If you're by the water, like me, I'm 100 yards from the water. The river's in my backyard, and the other side of the east shore is just up the hill, But you find your 3 or 4 spots, and you master them. You know when the fish are there, what stage of the tide, what conditions they're gonna bite in, what wind direction. You put that all together, and you've been with me where you've seen I can catch fish all the way down. I have a spot for every condition that there is on my 6-mile stretch, whether
Right.
it's blowing 40 northeast
Right.
or a light southwest or on a full moon, and keep a log. God, keep a log. That's the kids. I won't say the kids today, but one of the biggest injustices of the internet and the report chasers is they don't know why the fish are there. What, they want to know the when and the where. They don't, and maybe what, so some guys couldn't even tell you what phase of the moon or what the tide stage was when they caught these fish,
Right.
So all I can say is keep your, be observant of what's going on, take your 3 spots. That's what I always did when I was younger. I'd say the reef where I fish in the Rocky Boulders. I brought you there. That place is great on the northeast in a full moon, You just keep a log, be observant of what's going on and your spots that you fish. And only experience and time will help you figure that out,
You're
We
right.
all see the same thing. It's what we do with that information that makes us a good fisherman.
And you know what, Charlie, you're absolutely right. And a lot of people out there might turn around and have a question or something in their mind of the form of, hey, man, but the beaches change. They change all the time. Well, my answer to that is, if you just listen to what Charlie said, learn your area. So if that beach, right,
sand.
right. But what I'm saying is that you should know right away when that beach changes, since you've been there and you've done your study. Hey, man, the beach changed over here. I got to move over here now. So that's what I'm saying to people that, hey, man, the ones who say, hey, the beaches change all the time. If you really know that area, you'll know the beach change.
Yeah, you'll know it's going to change after a while. Say, I got a northeast coming on a moon tide that's going to wash right out, That's like I said, find 3 spots, 4 at the max, and master those areas, and you'll consistently catch fish.
Right.
How many times, every time you came with me, I said, well, it's blowing this way. We're going to go check this. It's slow here. We're going to go this way. And then we find them.
You know what, Charlie? I don't find them. You find them, my brother. You find them. Go ahead, Charlie. I'm sorry.
You showed me in Montauk, man. That's your area. You put me on them.
That's right, Charlie. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. But I thank you, too, because when I do come, and it's not, it's not like you find them on the first shot. Yeah, some areas you might know now, and you might hit them on that. But the time we were going, we weren't finding them right away. And you kept telling me, hey, don't worry, man.
You and Bruce with Jones.
Yeah, there you go. But you knew, you would say to us, okay, don't worry, we're not going to hit them here. They got to be there because the winds are blowing northeast.
Yep.
And you knew, and you brought us to those spots, and we caught fish in those areas.
Yeah, you have to have more than one spot. There's not enough. Well, there's starting to be enough fish, but during the past few years, when they were worried about the stocks, it seemed like there weren't enough bass to be everywhere they should be. So that's why it's critical to have, you know, a few spots under your belt that are mastered that you know personally, not, oh, you know, this guy says that there's fish over here, and you go there, you've never been there, and you're trying to catch his fish. You know, that's, you know, that's
Absolutely.
it. Just that's an injustice chasing bites. You know.
Yeah, NorCal Cat's got to say. He says, I think time on the water and seeing what the water does in every tide, based on the foot difference from the tide changes, you may realize fishing a certain area is good on 5 feet to 3.5 low or.
Yeah, like three, you know, exactly. Like we've had some, you know, certain spots I take you, I like on the lower, like a 3.5 on the high tide. You know, I never look at the low because it's like kind of like a flood thing where, you know, where on my stretch of shore. I mean, you can catch them in the fall when they're migrating anywhere, any tide, you know, it's all bets are off in the fall. Fish show up everywhere, you know, most unexpected places. But, you know, I'm talking about when the grind is going on to go out and be able to catch fish every night through the summer. And when they get here, you have to have your area mastered if you want to go out and be successful every night.
That's
you know,
right,
you
Charlie.
might get lucky, but you're not going to get lucky every time.
No, you're
you know,
not,
it's
Charlie.
To consistently catch fish,
You're not.
you have to master your spots. That's
Yeah.
my biggest thing. You know, put time in. That's what I've done to get. I mean, it's not like I'm some superhero bass fisherman, but I can catch a few fish. You know, I mean, I've never.
Right.
A few.
Yeah, a few. I know my wife
Yeah,
Dina says,
Charlie.
yeah, a few. No, but
I remember I got
Yeah.
to, I saw you, what was it? Last month I stopped there for a few days and I had just gotten there and I was hanging over the side and you were there already with Bruce. And all of a sudden you go, yeah, I got one. And I was like, is it big? You were like, oh, yeah, this one's big, all right. Next thing I know, Charlie's pulling out what was it, 48-inch that night, Charlie? I'm not
that was
even
a
sure.
big fish. Yeah. I went to that
yeah.
spot the next night, dude.
Yeah.
And I had a dozen over 40 inches. I was like, just wait for me. So that's important. You can't force fish to bite. That's another thing, you know. But remember, I always tell you, it's not time yet. Don't go until it's time.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that was great. You know, that's another spot I've mastered since I was a little kid. You know, some people fish there and they wouldn't even think there was a fish there. You know, but there's.
Charlie,
you know how it works. You've seen enough.
Charlie, I did learn one good thing off you, and it's not like not everybody knows. Everybody's should know, but it's about the lights. Sometimes you're in spots, guys, and you're hitting fish.
No.
Yeah, and you're hitting fish, and your lights are going on here, and then a minute later they're going on again, and they're really not moving.
I like truck when it's hot.
And here you got guys fishing in another area, and they're consistently watching these lights. Now, you being them, think about it. If I see lights going off consistently and I'm drowning in no fish, I'm going to say, well, why are those lights going on? They catch a fish over there. So I run over there. And sometimes if you want that privacy to yourself, you know, that's what you have to do. You have to play the game right. Use your lower lights, your green lights, your red lights.
Days, man.
Right.
It's about stealth for me. I mean, I have my wife drop me off.
Yep.
The probably worst thing I could have did was win that trophy from last year.
Yeah.
It turned into a marked man.
Charlie,
And
we missed you.
Guys, if guys are chasing you, a lot of times if they don't know the area, they're just going to be a nuisance. They're going to scare your fish. They're not going to catch them. Those big fish in those areas are very smart. If something's not, they can't form complete thoughts, but I think they have so much instinct that when something's not right, they boogie, man. They go on lockdown and they're gone.
Right.
Ask Bruce. You know, I showed Bruce a lot of that stuff. And I showed a prime example. We were fishing the other morning, and I had one, 40-inch fish. I said, oh, they're still here. That's good.
Yeah.
So we moved, and I took him to a spot where I knew there was big fish. And I said, all right, So I had stung the fish a couple of times and it went on lockdown and it wouldn't bite again. So we gave it a few hours, went back to the spot. My Bruce, throw in here. He pitches it perfectly to this fish, which was probably upper 30-pound fish. I go to walk away and I hear him saying, "Help me, Charlie, help me. I'm on, help me."
Oh, shit.
It took him, broke him off, But I went back the next day because they won't bite again, even if there's 2 or 3 of those big fish and they get spooked.
Right.
They're not spoolies, That's a mature 20-something-year-old fish.
Yeah.
Exception of the Cape Cod Canal when they're suicidal and they're jumping on the rocks for your plug. That's
Right.
a different story, But I don't know.
No, I do know, Charlie. I know that you catch fish, buddy. That's what I know. That's for sure. Charlie, I wanna continue more on your surf fishing. All right. I'd like to ask, what are the type of plugs that you use? What's your favorite? What do fish in Rhode Island like to eat, Charlie? Tell us.
You got it. You got it. See, I got one of my gunfighter bags here because I knew this question was coming. All right. Let's see here. I know you've seen, the glider. We talk about the glider.
Yeah,
the glider. This year,
Yeah.
what as good as it was last year for the glider. This was more of a needlefish year this year. The stuff that we fish is a lot of boulder fields, shallow water. You can't have a plug that digs deep because, you're going over bubble weeds and, fishing the high tides above the bubble weeds. So I fish with a lot of light, like level glide needles. Dave Anderson from Surf Asylum and Scott Larson makes a great needle too. But I've done really well this year with the Surf Asylum flat glide needle.
Surf Asylum.
I've caught so many. Yep, I've caught so many fish with it this year. I had to take it downstairs in my plug lab and fill it and rebuild it because the belly section was cleaned out. Remember the purple needle I was showing you?
Yes.
When it's getting eaten out. Yeah. So I got about 400 or 500 fish on that thing this year throughout the season.
Charlie.
And we rebuilt. I had to rebuild it, and I was afraid that I changed the action, and I was worried it wasn't catching all the time.
Right.
But we're going into the end of October. Anyway, long story short, it slayed him the other morning. It was fine. But I'll try to find it through my bag here.
Yeah, if you got something,
This baby. Here it is. Here she is. Let's see. You see this?
Perfect.
Right here?
Yep, I see her right there, Charlie.
See where it's rebuilt there? I had to fill I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there it is. You can see the lump.
Yeah, that's all right, man. That's catching fish.
Yeah, they turned it into a toothpick on me in September and October, so we had to bring it to the basement. My own plugs, I've been catching a lot of fish on my own stuff. As you know, I spin, small batches of my plugs. I've been doing all right with my plugs. I've been catching some fish with them.
Beautiful.
I didn't want to advertise anything until I knew they were, catching fish.
There you go.
There's nothing worse than buying a pretty plug and the thing sucks. And
I have to say, Charlie, you started me on this trip on checking out the builders in Rhode Island. I remember when I was speaking to Bruce was telling me to come to the show. You were telling me you're going to meet the Rhode Island builders. These guys are really good builders. And you know what, Charlie? I can't believe it. And my bonus box in Montauk was filled with builders from Rhode Island and good builders. All of them.
Little eccentric.
All of them. Vinnie's Customs, 401 Plugs, Larson Lures, RD Customs. I mean, there's a lot, just really good, caring builders.
I'll tell you what, those are all great. Scott Larson, A1 guy. I caught a lot of fish on his plugs, and I want for nothing. When it comes to Scott, I say, hey, I need something, Charlie. Don't worry, it's right there. he's one of the best builders. Another guy is John Hudler. I'm sure you guys know about Scott Belly. You
Yes.
know, everybody in
Belly.
Jersey, I'm sure everybody on
Yeah.
here probably knows about that. If not, you need to know about that. It's a great plug. I caught my trophy fish last year. You know, it was 48.5 inches or something, almost 50 pounds I caught on his 5-inch glider. He's taking care of me. And these are, you know, that guy's so busy. You can't even you have to fight to buy a plug at, you know, Grumpy's Tackle or something down in New Jersey.
I was there the other day.
When I needed plugs, it's John, I need a couple of gliders. Charlie, don't worry, I'll take care of you. You know, you took care of me. You got, you know, you catch fish with these guys' plugs and they really take care of you, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
And it's not an obligation. They're just nice guys, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. I remember you when you pulled me from upstairs and you said, come on downstairs. I want to show you. That's where Larson Lures had his booth, and you brought me up to him, and I was just bedazzled because, you know, I love beautiful lures, man. You know when there's a plug and it has more than just one coat of paint on it. You see when they got that, you know, that sheen to it. And, you know, everything. I'm looking at his glider right now, and I love Larson's glider right there. I'll show you. It's through the bag. Sorry, guys. That's
if you can master that glider, that's what another thing I was going to say is every year pick a lure and master it. Master it. Just drill it till you become efficient at catching fish with it, whether it's a needle, a daughter, a metal whip, a popper, a pencil, whatever it is. You master your lures too, just like the spots. Every year, when I was a kid, I picked a lure and I drilled it and fished with it. Now I'm running out of lures to master a fish with. But,
you know, and I want to interrupt here for a second, Charlie, is that when you say to master the lure, I want to let everybody know that you must master the lure, and don't think you could just throw it out like a bucktail or every lure is pretty much mastered a little differently than the other one. And what do I mean by that? You can't just go out there, and I'll tell you why. When I went with Charlie and he introduced me to the glider for the first time in my life, because I never fished gliders in Long Island. They're not really popular there. And he handed it.
What was that?
But hold on.
I said I was fishing like Z-Glide the first time I showed you a glider.
Yeah, well, what it was, though, you had given me the glider. You had the glider.
Oh.
You got 6 fish, and I got 2 fish, and there was a reason for that. You knew what you were doing with the glider. I tried to work it as best as I could. I've gotten better now. All right, I've caught in schoolies with Larson's gliders, but I'm getting better. I'm going to entice that big fish very, very soon. Trust me, Scott. But anyway, I do like gliders now, Charlie, more than ever, and they do catch fish in Long Island also, guys, and I'm proof of purchase to that.
One other thing about Scott is he gave me a glider to test before he put them out. Now, usually the gliders are made of like a maple or something heavy, you know, not like a cedar glider. You know, cedar is it's buoyant, you know, and it's light.
Right.
Well, he gave me a blind cedar glider to test, and that was I crushed him with that during the summer when the bite was hard, and me and Bruce were, you know, pounding the surf, calm nights, hot water. Yeah, it really so that's the new glider for the year. Scott's got a blind glider here. It's through wired cedar. It swims. It doesn't take a lot of water. You can't throw a lot of water at it like his regular glider, but this baby will swim in slack water. You don't need a sweep. You don't need anything. And the warm water bass in the summer just crushed it for us. So that's another thing, you know, you can go on forever about lures, like the gliders that Scott makes, like a couple of different styles. So if you just picked up a glider and cast it out and reel it in, you know, that's what comes in mastering the lure. You got to watch what it does. You know, some of them can take a lot of water. Some don't take a lot of sweep. You know, some can roll out. If you like, the cedar one is light. You throw too much water at it, it'll roll out. It won't do that sexy S swim. So that goes along with mastering your lures. You gotta time. Like OCs, you have to put your time in. That's like the main thing.
That's it, without a doubt. Charlie, I love the way you said it's the main thing. Guys, always know, and you guys know I always preach that. Mr. Poseidon's a fisherman. I fish very hard, but I'm not the best fisherman. And I learn all the time that I go out, whether it's through you guys or through myself, trying different things. But the thing is, the most important, get out there and fish, man. That's called the grind.
If you're not learning something, learn something every time you go.
That's it. That's right, Charlie.
That's it.
Get out there and fish.
More when I get skunked than when I'm killing them. Usually I know what's going to happen, why I'm catching them if it's good. But, there's times when the fish are there.
Absolutely.
And you're just not catching them. It's like, why am I not, that's just time. Just got to put your time in.
Got to
Be
put
observant.
your time. That's right. Charlie.
Keep a log.
Charlie, I love going fishing with you, buddy. I enjoy it every time. You really are hardcore.
Grind.
What's that?
You are the most enthusiastic surf fisherman I've ever seen in my life.
Right, Charlie. I remember catching a fish with you sometime. Wait. I remember catching a fish with you, and I was screaming on the rock, and you're like, shut the bleep up. You're going to get those guys over here. I don't want them to know we're catching fish. And I was screaming, Charlie, it's a big one. I think I caught a 40-inch that night with you. Beautiful time. Beautiful.
We were hiding out somewhere,
Yeah.
Hiding out. I show you these spots. This will come into another thing I talk about as far as fishing partners and friends go. For the majority of my life, I fish solo in the surf. So I could never really find a friend beside, a good friend of mine, Michael Dumpy. He showed me a lot. I fished with him at Block Island a lot.
Right.
He was getting old and he didn't want to fish anymore. And I couldn't find it. None of my friends that don't fish or do fish, they're not up to, or I'm a certain kind of fisherman. You know that. You've been with me.
Yes.
I like to catch fish. I like to be, if I got someone with me, I want to be able to show them, pay attention, catch the fish. This is how it goes. And
I love Charlie. I love when I'm with you.
Dina can catch fish.
Yeah.
My wife can catch fish better, just the same as I can.
Yep.
She's very humble. She doesn't get in the surf with me anymore because I burned her out with it.
I love, though, Charlie, when you bring me, you explain, you say to me, Eric, or excuse me, Mr. Poseidon, the fish are here. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, look carefully. Last time I saw them boiling, he's like, follow me. This is what you're going to do. Why are they here? By the time I get there, I know the history of every single fish that's out there. They all have names. He knows them all, But I'm being honest, though. He gives me a good history on why the fish are there. He'll tell you why the freaking fish are there.
Yeah. Like that certain spot that you and I fished that was on the edge of that wall that night.
Sure.
As the current swept off of there and pushed the bait in, and the fish are staging, right there. But I'm talking about the place where you ran into the coyote and you thought it was a cat.
Oh, my goodness. Charlie, was I ever scared. I was like trying to keep up with Charlie. Charlie's about 40 yards, 30 yards ahead of me, and I get a phone call, and I pick it up, and he goes, what are you doing? I says, Charlie, I can't keep up with you. Let's go. The fish, they're there. Let's go. So I get to where Charlie was, and I took a break. And I said, Charlie, I'm going to take a break. He's like, no, let's go. You got to keep moving. I remember right there. That's when the coyote came out of the rock, flew right by me. I thought it was a cat first, but I saw the eyes. Anyway.
That was a big cat, Charlie.
And that wasn't it. The story wasn't over. Then we get on the lawn. And there's it's a house, and they got lights shooting up on the lawn. And he goes, listen, Mr. P, this is what you got to do. If you see anybody coming out of the house, run as fast as you can and keep running. Don't look back. Don't say. Next thing you know, the door opens, and I'm like, Charlie's already 40 yards ahead of me. I saw him get so small, so fast. Now I'm like, I'm going to get caught. Here I am running on the lawn with my caucus. I'm running across. Charlie's waving his hand. Come on, let's go. Finally, I get over there. He's like, don't worry about it. We're here now. We're on the beach. We get on the beach, Charlie, you put me on the fish that night. What a great night, man.
Had a good night that night, you know, and those fish were there this year, and they were all 37 to 40 something inches. Bruce and I had 60 fish there.
Wow.
You know, like 2 weeks. The 13th of October, we had 60 fish, which I had like 40 something, but Bruce wasn't as fast to get to the spot.
Right.
But he did have a big one. He had a 30-pound fish, but they were all 37 to 40 inches.
So now you guys understand why. If you heard earlier, Charlie said, I have my wife drop me off. Why do you think he has his wife drop him off? Because everybody in the area knows Charlie's truck. And if they see Charlie's truck, they know that there's fish there. Charlie, I have to tell a little story. There's an area in Long Island that I fish. It's called Gilgo Beach. So, I go out there, fish once in a while, catch a couple of fish in the surf now, in the fall too. And I asked, why is it called Gilgo Beach? So back in the days, back in the 1800s, there was a kid, and he would go fishing, and his name was Gil. So he would go fishing, and wherever Gil would go, everybody would go. So it was called Gil Goes Beach. That's why they call it. It's a little bit like you. They got to do a Charlie Goes Beach or something. But anyway, yeah, that's how it was, Charlie, is that.
Chocolate Factory.
You didn't let anybody on it.
Charlie's Chocolate Factory is what that place is called.
That's right. Don't touch the chocolate. Hey!
Stay off my rock.
There you go. Get off my rock.
Really do. You hear me when I talked to Bruce. You were on the phone, and
Yeah.
I was telling him where the fish were. We can't call any of our spots in South County a name that everybody knows. So we have a name for every spot. You know, if you heard me say Heartbreak,
Yep.
Chocolate Factory,
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Secret
Just
code
like,
names.
you know,
Yeah.
the bowl.
I have a secret code name for my pineapple, Poland Spring Water. That's the secret code name.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
You know?
man.
So, okay.
So that's why I was
yeah,
I
go
want to
ahead.
talk about Bruce.
Yeah, tell me.
Now, I fished alone. I never fished with anybody. And Bruce says the same thing. I don't fish well with others. You kind of know that. And I met Bruce a couple of times, and I knew of him. And we started talking. I don't know how it happened. He says, I'd love to catch a tide with you. You know, we should go fishing. So, all right, let's go fishing. So Bruce was he's a gem of a fishing partner.
Right,
He
he
keeps
is.
his mouth quiet. He absolutely takes in every bit of information that I have ever told him. He learns how to process it. He went from a regular average surf fisherman to he's a substantial fisherman now. And I only gave him a few things to work with. He did it all on his own. And he's a phenomenal fisherman now. I mean, he can go and find fish now alone, where he was part of the dabble crew. Now he's up there. Don't sleep on Bruce. He's gonna win that trophy. I worry more about him taking me out of first place than anybody else.
I know he puts in his time. He was even telling me tonight after the show, I got to get ready. I'm going to go fish and get a couple hours in, blah, blah, blah. I know he's fishing.
I just got too beat up today in that chop. So
Right.
we have another 3 days of a window, I'm going to say, with this moon where you can get a big fish up here. Although there's guys catching up north of us, but those fish don't always take the coastal route. You know,
Right.
They'll do what we call the 20 fathom route. They'll stay in 120 feet of water and just shoot right offshore. You know, they won't come in close. So we got northeast wind coming for Wednesday. We'll see. I think that's going to be the last hurrah for us.
Yeah, I hear you. No, it's not going to be the last, sir. I'm going to get in touch with you. You're only an hour from the spots I go to in the winter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We have a little fishery here.
Sure.
Where I live, we have a winter fishery now. That isn't as good as what you guys are doing, but it'll bend the rod.
Right on, buddy. Right on. Charlie,
some giant.
we talked about some good stuff, especially I love what you taught the gentlemen and ladies out there tonight about fishing your spot. I'm going to remind you, fish a spot, learn those spots. High tide, low tide, moons, everything, winds. Learn the spot. So, yeah, go ahead, Charlie.
Hey, you know what? Hang on a second. I'll show you what you want to look for here.
Sure, good.
I'll show you I don't show this to anybody. Here's my logbook.
There you go.
My diary.
There you go, Charlie.
Oop. Looks like he.
Hold on. I think we got a little froze there.
Frozen.
You're back, Charlie.
you're
You're back. You're back.
You're just freezing up a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Oh, no.
All right. I take down. And my logbook, did you hear me? This is going to Benjamin. This is 24 years of bass fishing in this book here.
Yeah, I hear that. 24 years.
You want to take down your location, obviously, your date, your tide stage, the moon phase, the water, the wind, your lure, the bait, as much information that you can observe why you're catching fish, when the bite, I already said the wind, but Dina, she knows a lot about bass, more than she's very humble, but she could go and catch fish just like I can because she spent so many years with me, a decade she spent with me in the surf. She don't go anymore because she's sick of it, But yeah, keep a log. That's all I can say. Keep a log. Be observant, everything. You got other ideas, like I write plenty of side notes and when the bite picked up, when it slowed down.
Sure.
What the fish looked like, how they were feeding, on what wind, just be observant. Pay attention to what's going on. Consistency will help you learn.
No doubt about it,
that's the only way I got it. And you fish outside your box. Once you master your spots, you obviously have to try other things.
Absolutely.
But for your area that's close by, I always have a few spots in your pocket where you can go and catch fish,
Right. Charlie.
That's all I can say. Put your time in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Charlie, I want to say thank you to you. But before we go, Charlie, I want to say thank you to your wife also. I know she's there with you. Hi, Dina. How are you? Welcome to the show tonight also. I know you're with Charlie all the time. Charlie, you there? Come here, Dina. Let's say hi to Dina. Hi, Dina.
Hey, Dina.
Nice to see you, darling. Thank you for all you do for your husband, too.
She's coming.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's it for tonight. Charlie, I don't,
Are you kidding me?
Say hi, Romina.
What's up, Dina?
You want to call them again?
Oh, hang up the Skype
You know what?
and redial it?
We're gonna hang up on the Skype and just call you right back. All right? We're gonna call you right back. Call. Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll call you right back. Guys, I'm sorry that for a second. Just give it a second. We'll be right back with them.
like
We're not gonna run the show forever. I know everybody wants to watch 8:00 football. So anyhow, it's a beautiful thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Charlie's really good. He's such a knowledgeable fisherman. It's incredible. The guy just teaches me when I'm there. He's taught me so much. And then again, I got Bruce there with me. Bruce, great guy too. Knows his fishing. Thank you, Bruce, too, man. He introduced me to Charlie. So anyhow,
Big Jim Jukes saying this is way better than football.
Yeah, Big Jim Jukes. Yeah, but if you got some money on the game, Big Game Jukes, let me tell you somebody, it might be just. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I'm so glad everybody. Yep. We got you back, Charlie. Hold on.
You want me to put my camera on or no? Just keep it off.
No,
put the
put the camera on. Yeah.
All right. I thought you said call me. Jeez, you'll have to excuse me. I'm not the smartest.
It's all right. It's all right, Charlie.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Dina, come back, Dina. We came back just for you.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr.
Hi,
Mr.
Dina.
Gibbs wants to jump in. My 120-pound bulldog likes to be he's like a 5-year-old kid,
okay there, Mr. P?
Excuse me, yeah, Mr. P. Anyway, Dina, thank you for so much for always. I see you're always taking care of the hubby, just as my wife takes care of me in many other ways. Also, it's good to have women that back us men that fish. Girls, if you're listening out there, back up your man. It's something that he loves to do. I mean, back him up. Go with him once in a while. Lots of fun, right,
Can't
Dina?
tell you how many times Dina's gotten my plugs for me on limited plug drops, or
There you
bought
go.
me my fish, like,
Or woke him up because he's gonna miss a tide.
yeah.
That's
I
right.
mean, she's
you.
A big part of my success is
Yeah.
her.
That's how I feel, Charlie, about my wife. Big part of my success is my
Absolutely.
wife. And they always say, a good man, behind a good man is a better woman. And I believe that. And I believe that 100%, man. We have some great wives, man, without a doubt. Including you, Bruce. No doubt about it. You're a lovely
Karen.
wife, too.
And Karen's the chief
The
to that house.
That's
Yep,
right.
Love Karen.
That's
Karen's
right, Karen.
awesome.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
Ocean
Scott.
State
Thanks so
Bass
much.
Fishing is saying he can spot Charlie and his socks from a mile away.
Yes, it's true. I love socks. My wife Dina buys me the socks. My daughter buys me the socks. Hey, we're not happy with just plain white socks. You gotta have something.
Yeah.
Ah,
All
so
right.
funny.
It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, Romina, you want to say anything for a final here? I don't want to just...
No, that's good. I'm
Yeah?
getting ready for the drawing.
Yeah, I guess she's getting ready for the drawing. We're going to give away tonight's prize, guys. Guys, you can hang out with us, too. Hang out. Let me put the
I
overhead
gotta set
camera
that
view.
up.
So tonight's, guys, look, you're going to... Okay, let me bring the mic a little closer here. So tonight, guys, you're going to be receiving
Yeah.
a beautiful Scott Larson glider. And that isn't it, man. This is over $120 in prizes tonight, if not more. You're going to get a 401 plug. That's a beautiful needlefish by 401 Plugs. Also a builder in Rhode Island. Let's head on over to Vinnie's Customs. This is called an Invader Junior. It's a metal lip, yellow, as you can see. Beautiful stuff, man. I mean, you can't beat these builders in Rhode Island. Just awesome stuff. Let me continue. We also have Zinger Baits, a package of the Excites, the 9-inch. These are made in the Poseidon color that he made for me. So please check him out too. Really tough plastics, good stuff. I know a lot of these Rhode Island builders align with them and build the tails in them, and just good guys that all stick together, and this is why they're making it. And the most important thing, they're making some beautiful plugs. Let's not forget about my man, RD Custom Plugs. This is another guy who builds some good stuff. Beautiful pencil popper here. And to finish it all off, not from Rhode Island, but Heaven Elle was on the show last week, and she gave me some plugs to give away. This is a glow-in-the-dark with a green, you can call these, they're not real bucktail, they're synthetic, but they're still good stuff. They're going to catch you a fish in a long red trailer, and that's 1.5 ounce. So, guys, good luck tonight for this. We're going to get this off. Charlie, anything else you want to say to anybody out there, man, before we run this? Guys, remember, you got to be a subscriber to my channel. You got to follow me here on Instagram. And if you left a message on last week's live stream on the Halloween, you're in right now, because that's where we're going to take it from. So, honey, set it up already, because don't want to delay everybody, and everybody's got things to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
other than that, what else? Well,
Here we
she's getting that
go.
all ready. Well,
all right.
That's it. So,
Here we
okay.
go.
So
It's
are we
up.
ready here? Okay, so spin the thing now. Okay, here we go. Spin it up.
Boom.
Here we go. And the cheering starts.
Yay.
Who is
look at
that? It's Edwin Rivera. Ladies and gentlemen, if Edwin Rivera is out there tonight,
Oh,
you win the prize. I don't
man.
remember seeing Edwin out there, but
No, he was here.
he was here. Let's see. Edwin Rivera, you get the 10-second countdown. There he is. No way. Yeah, Edwin.
Yes
Edwin, you
way.
know what? You bitched about your box in Montauk, so right
No,
now you
you
got
didn't.
no. I'm just kidding, Edwin. You didn't bitch at
He's
all. You were
teasing.
very grateful, Edwin. Congratulations, Edwin.
Oh,
Congratulations
nice.
to Edwin. Charlie, you're going to be on the show again. You're a terrific guest. You gave some great information out tonight. I mean, I'm going to extend this on YouTube. I'll make a video with that little skit right there, how to become a better surf fisherman in your area.
Yeah.
So other than that, Romina, anything else, darling? Mrs. P. Called her Romina.
I know, I'm Mrs. P to
Yeah.
you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much, Charlie. Thanks, Dina, for being a guest.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. God bless.
See
Thank
you
you,
soon.
bud.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody
Have a
out there
great
listening
week.
to McDowell Time Hood. I prefer Striper. Thank you so much for that donation. Donate
Thank
to my
you.
channel. Help me. I can do more parties, more things better for everybody. Donate to the channel. Even if it's $2. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go.